Welcome to Live Mobile Technology. I'm Charles Tran, bringing you easy tech tips. In my previous video from this series, I shared an in-depth guide on the components overview and the chassis mounting process. That video, along with the rest of this series, is organized into a playlist on my channel so you can easily follow each step, so make sure to like and subscribe. Now, in today's video, we'll move on to part 2, where we'll dive deep into the ACS6000 access control setup. This includes installing the motherboard and daughter boards onto the large chassis, as well as wiring up the power connections to get everything ready for operation. Now that the chassis is securely mounted, we can begin installing the boards inside. First up is the ACS6000 Mainboard. When mounting the board, first, align the board with the appropriate standoffs. Make sure it's aligned with the standoff holes on the chassis and handle it carefully to avoid static damage. Then, mount each board to the standoffs using plastic cap screws. For the main board, you'll secure it to the large chassis using 5 nylon standoffs and 1 metal screw. Once the ACS6000 Mainboard is installed, we can move on to the 3 ACS6000 Daughter Boards. Each daughter board will be mounted with 4 nylon standoffs, no metal screws required. When installing these boards, make sure each one is aligned properly with the chassis standoff holes and mounted securely with screws. Handle the boards carefully to avoid static damage and don't over-tighten the screws. Now that all the boards are installed, we'll move on to wiring. First, connect the power supply board to the ACS6000 Mainboard using the 4-pin 4F Molex connector. This provides a secure connection for both positive and negative power. From the mainboard, we'll then distribute power to the 3 daughter boards in a daisy chain alignment, starting with the first daughter board positioned directly beside the mainboard, then linking to the second, and finally to the third. Each daughter board will be powered the same way through its dedicated 4-pin Molex connector. This step-by-step daisy chain layout ensures stable and reliable power across all boards. Remember to always check polarity, keep your wiring neat along the chassis path, and make sure every Molex connection is fully seated to avoid loose or faulty connections. Here's a reminder of what to avoid when wiring your boards. First, star connections are not allowed. Always wire in a straight path from board to board, with no branching in between. Second, T-tap connections are also not allowed. The wiring must stay continuous, clean, and direct for proper communication. And that's it. The motherboard and daughter boards are now fully installed on the large chassis, and the power wiring has been completed as well. We're now ready to move on to the next part. Coming up in part 3 of this series will be the ACS6000 access control, in-depth guide to antenna connection, and CAN bus wiring. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay updated when the next episode goes live.